I made an Attack on Titan mobile game in 2 years, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to play it. During a math test, while everyone else was trying not to fail, I got this idea. A mobile game based on Attack on Titan, a popular show also known as Shingeki no Kyojin. I watched the anime 5 times, read the manga twice. To me, it's a masterpiece. I drew a sketch and I knew this game would be insane. One problem. I was still a beginner. I had made around 20 mobile games in 5 years, but they were simple, very simple, like voodoo-style games. Making something like Attack on Titan felt impossible, so I gave up and decided to focus on smaller projects. I quit school. I went all in on my passion. In 1 year, I made 78 games, and my skills improved a lot. I made a video to ask people for game ideas, and one request kept coming back again and again. Make an Attack on Titan game. So I grabbed my old sketch and I started making the game. I used Unity so I could release it on both Apple and Android. I modeled the swords, made the character, the animations, then the hardest part, the movement. I wanted players to run on walls and fly using grappling hooks, like in the show, and all this using just one finger. I struggled for weeks. I read research papers and I broke everything, and then it worked. I sent the game to my publisher and they told me it looked boring, that it had no potential and that I should move on. I refused. This game was my dream. So I tried something else. I submitted the game to another publisher, Voodoo. With them, everything is automated, no opinions, just data. They test 2 things, appeal and addiction. 99% of games fail this test, so most mobile game studios never make any money. After a few days, I got the results. For the first time in 5 years and 79 games, my game passed the test. People clicked, people played a lot. Voodoo assigned me a manager, it looked really good. But there was still a problem. The game had potential, but not enough to be launched, so I improved it. New levels, upgrades, progression, main menu. We tested again, still not enough. I was told to give up, and at the same time, another Attack on Titan mobile game suddenly got released. Nah, I couldn't lose now. So I had one last idea. I removed the main menu and replaced it with a city you could build like Clash of Clans. At the time, almost no mobile game did this. I told the Voodoo manager and he said, "Are you sure that's a lot of work for one dev?" Watch me. I barely slept. 4 days later, it was done. We tested the game one last time, and this time, it worked. Voodoo paid me $20,000 for the launch, plus 50% of the revenue, and much more later. I was only 20 years old. I never had more than $400 on my bank account before. It felt unreal. The game launched worldwide. I worked day and night. New levels, bug fixes, graphics, sound, music, new buildings, new characters, new titans. I even added a story in-game with Easter eggs, leaderboard, and even a multiplayer mode. It got millions of downloads. It rose in the top charts. First in free games in France and second in free games in the USA. That was crazy. Most of my work was invisible because I A/B tested everything like Mr. Beast does with his thumbnails. For example, when you installed the game, you had 5% chance of getting a version with a slicing Titan feature or with a story in the game. Even today, you have a 10% chance of having no ad in the game when you install. In the end, I had no choice but to put many ads as the game wasn't profitable for Voodoo to keep promoting it. But don't worry, I was able to let the option to play without Wi-Fi to have 0 ad and put an option to pay the remove ads for those who want. But I didn't expect what came next. Success didn't make me happy. I wasn't ready. I traveled, I wasted money, bad lifestyle, bad choices. The mobile market crashed because of Apple's greed. I lost my contracts, my job. The game died, company taxes came in, and I got in debts. For years, I sold everything and moved back with my parents. I won't detail, but 2022 was the worst year of my life. But I still loved the game, and people seem to love it too, so I decided to give it one final update. With everything that everyone asked me, new models, new animations, a new environment, better performance. I rebuilt the movement system from scratch, and it finally felt right. Look at this. And it's not even the final version. I added so much content, but it would be too long to show everything in this video. Then I submitted the update to Apple. Rejected. They said it's too similar to Attack on Titan. So I changed the characters. Rejected again. I contacted the Japanese publisher Kodansha. No answer. Month after month, I kept working on updates in my free time, but Apple kept rejecting them with no explanation. Then they decided to remove the current version of the game from the App Store and justified it with screenshots of the new version that wasn't even released. It made no sense. I almost gave up, but I sent one last message. I explained everything, how hard I tried, how many players were waiting, and a few hours later, they approved. I couldn't believe it. The update was finally out. After 6 months, Voodoo didn't want to promote the game anymore. It was too late. So no money, but at least my players will be happy.